update us with local, regional, and international news that have taken news headlines. Miriam Ogutu, the microphone is yours back in Nairobi. Remember, I am on the way. I'm on, and the network will remain working until we reach. You hold your the two co-hosts. When the network goes on, you pick it up and stay there. It could be for short minute, 1 minute or so. It comes back. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Over to you in Nairobi, Miriam Ogutu.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Matanga, and indeed a very good morning to everyone on the panel, wherever they are listening to us this morning. It's about 22 minutes past 10 a.m. here in Nairobi, East African time. Good afternoon, good evening, depending on where they are tuned in. So I'll be very quick with the newspaper headlines this morning. The Star newspaper, travel stipend major win for civil servants. That's what we have. And then the Daily Nation, the headliners, allies of President Ruto and Azimio leader Raila Odinga are stalking the flames. And the Standard newspaper, Ruto bids court to a bloated government. That is what we have there. And the People Daily intrigues that led to hiring of CAS. And the Business Daily, as SRC raises Ruto's CAS's pay to 780,000 in new review. And what we have in Taifa Leo is Pastor Alitoa Watoto Gafara. I don't know what that story is about, but we have it there as one of the newspapers from across Kenya and some from across the region. Africa, the Herald, this is from Zimbabwe. Scale up diamond beneficiation. That's what we have there. The Daily News as well from Zimbabwe. Remain vigilant against corona. Government warns public, says disease is still a major threat. The Nation from Nigeria. PDP hit by poll crisis. Wike tackles party over suspension of Fayose, Anyim, and Shema. And minister insists Nigeria Air will fly before May 29th, and tight security as Court of Appeal decides Adeleke's fate. And then the Citizen from Tanzania, aviation experts speak out, a second crash report released. And the New Times, suspending Kabuga trial will jeopardize justice. That is according to survivors. That is the newspaper from Rwanda. Pretoria News from South Africa, dragged, kidnapped, and killed. That is the headline we have there. And the Sowetan, Russia wants dare touch Putin. The Daily Monitor from Uganda, 4 guards killed in raids on schools. And then the Punch, also from Nigeria, CBN begins monitoring today. And 2003 electoral offenders face trial in 20 states. And then the Daily Trust, also from Nigeria, very, very quickly. The Daily Trust from Nigeria, EFCC to go after corrupt governance, others after May 29th. And so that is what we have on some of the newspapers from across Africa. There's a story I read yesterday from the BBC doc, and I've not seen any of the newspapers from Nigeria that has captured that. And that is that the president-elect Tinubu is set to visit what they put quote unquote go have some rest in London and in Paris. So I think there was suspicions that president-elect might not be in very good health and could be flying out of the country to go seek for treatment even before inauguration, and the court that has been filed in the court is hard. So, but I've not seen any of the papers from Nigeria capture it. But since I that was a story on the BBC, I want to believe it is legitimate. Back to you. Very well. So as we wait then for our doc to continue, let me then bring us up to date with some newspapers as well from London. And iNews, no tax cuts in 2023 as interest rate climbs to 14-year high. The Sun, magical moment. That is what we have there. And the Mirror, why is Prem Star still playing after rape and assault claims? The Daily Express, here is hoping bank chiefs optimism for UK economy. The Guardian, council spend £500 million pounds on beds in worst care homes. And the Daily Telegraph, Labour plots tax raid on savings and investments. That's what we have there. So there you go. There you go, Doc. Can you hear me? Good morning. Good morning, Doc. Can you hear me? All right. So as we wait for Doc there, perhaps let me bring us up to date and just with the topic that we're looking at this morning is the peace process holding. Is there goodwill to end the war? So the latest news on the mediation process is that Qatar is still trying to convene a meeting between Rwandan President Paul Kagame and the Democratic Republic of Congo's President Felix Tshisekedi to bring reapproachment amid escalating tensions. Attempts to hold peace talks between Rwanda and DRC by Doha failed in January due to a no-show by Tshisekedi. The Gulf state has not given up, though, and is still engaging in shuttle diplomacy with a view of getting the two East African community partners to implement the agreements mediated by various players. This week, a delegation from the Doha led by Dr. Mohammed bin Abdulaziz Al Khulaifa, Assistant Foreign Minister for Regional Affairs, was in the region meeting the presidents of Rwanda, Burundi, Kenya, and Angola. And then Dr. Al Khulaifa delivered a written message to the presidents on behalf of Qatar's Amir Sheikh Tamim bin Mohammed Al Thani. So while the details of the meetings were not made public, the East African learned that Qatar is still keen to have a meeting between President Kagame and Tshisekedi, but the date has not been set yet. But I know that President Kagame was in Qatar just a few days ago, not too long ago, at the beginning of this week, I believe. And according to this story, the East African understand that Qatar's efforts have so far been vain, as Tshisekedi is still reluctant to go to Doha because he considers it to have taken side with Rwanda in the conflict. But President Paul Kagame told a press briefing 2 weeks ago that despite several meetings at the region and international levels, no progress has been made yet. So the reason why President Tshisekedi has refused to attend that meeting that was convened by Qatar in its effort to bring them together to add into the mediation process that is already ongoing. Tshisekedi says that Qatar allegedly is siding with Rwanda, so that is the reason why Tshisekedi did not show up for the meeting. And he added that blaming Rwanda without addressing, that is now President Kagame, he said blaming Rwanda without addressing the root causes of the conflict, which include failure by successive Congolese governments to honor several agreements it had signed with the M23 to reintegrate them, will not solve the problem. So that has always been the position of President Paul Kagame. And that is where we start our conversation this morning. Doc, can you hear me?
I hear you 100%, Miriam. Thank you
Go
very
ahead.
much for that analysis. I don't know whether all of you hear me. Just do your good morning, all of you. Thank you very much. Thumbs up for peace in Africa. Thank you very much. Do you hear me, Miriam?
Yes, I can hear you now. We can hear you, I believe.
All of you on the platform, are you hearing me, Wanda? I can see Wanda there. Matovu, do you hear me? Oh, okay. Thank you very much, Miriam. Yeah, at least I can see signs that they hear me. Okay, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, the situation of Democratic Republic of Congo has been worrying everybody, and the good news that has come from Congo this morning, as I was saying in my opening remarks, the appointment of a new Minister of Defense, Pierre Bemba, who was allegedly accused by the ICC, Luis Moreno Campo and others, until he came out of that court. He has been silent, but he has come back now, and he's working hand in hand with the President Tshisekedi. We hope peace now will prevail. Bemba is now an accomplished person, having gone through the turmoil that he had. Is going to make sure that the Congolese army has the strength, the will. Congo is a part and a parcel. Without Congo, you can't complete Africa. Africa cannot be completed without Congo. If you remove Congo from the map of Africa, Congo is the heart of Africa. If you remove it from the map of Africa, Africa will break. It will break. It will not hold either sides. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is very, very important step forward. And that step forward has seen a new development. But on the side of peace, the peace process, do the people who are involved in this process, do they have goodwill? Do they have goodwill to finish the peace process? Do they have goodwill with the confusion of Qatar, so many other stakeholders coming in, giving ideas that are not workable? Can there be peace? Is there goodwill to bring peace in Congo? Is there something that we are not doing right? What is that? The type of dishonesty, the lack of collective consciousness, the lack of ability to think together as Africans, has it become a disaster to us? Has it become a pain to us? Has it killed our notion of togetherness as Africans? Have we lost the compass, the moral bearing as Africans? Why is it that our continent is always engulfed in conflicts? Yet, Europe, where there is no oil, Europe, where there is no movement, Europe, which has got banks that bank our money. I told you the other day I was traveling over Europe with a friend of mine. And this friend of mine told me one thing. And the man next to me in our plane onto Europe, he came to me, close to me, he said, I've seen you typing your computer since we left Nairobi. What are you typing about? Then I said, I'm typing about Africa. And we are over the Alps mountains of Europe. And guess what happened? The man told me there is no oil in Europe, but there is. There are boxes. You know what he told me? There are boxes of gold under in the Alps, in Geneva, in Bern, in Paris, in the entire Europe. There are boxes of gold and money held in Europe. Europe does not have oil, but it keeps all the money from your oil. I was very disturbed. By the time I arrived in London, I was not myself. But the point is, why should we keep Africa fighting all the time? Why should Africa continue to fight while other states, other continents are stable? Other continents are very stable. Africa is not stable. Carry my bag. Other continents are not stable. are very stable and Africa is not stable. Why? Because we don't have collective consciousness. We don't think together. We have a duplex of ideas, individualism.
So I want to ask you, how can we end this war?
Just hold on. I am going to give you the platform to talk. So, who is that who wants to talk? Is it Mr. Gian?
Yes, it's me.
Yeah, but when you come on somebody's platform, get disciplined. I'm talking, I'm giving you an opening. And then you want to talk before I talk and finish and give you permission to talk.
Okay, sorry.
I'm just giving you.
Doc, we seem to be having a problem from your connection. We can't get you. You're cutting off. All right. We apologize for that. Dr. Matsanga seems to be experiencing a bit of a network problem there. Doc, can you hear me? We can't hear you at all.
Take on the platform.
All right. Thank you. I think we'll, as that is sorted out, someone wanted to, was that Jen? You had something to say?
Thank you. I just want to ask, how can we end this war?
Okay, I think that is a good question, and of course that is what we are seeking. The question that is at the core of our conversation this morning, and there has been efforts, mediation processes that have been put in place, and sometimes it appears some progress is being made, and before you know it, everything is has fallen apart. So it has been quite a journey and quite a fragile peace process, and the latest efforts by Qatar, and nobody knows where, if at all, that will bring in and help the end of this war. But I think that is a question, Gian. Thank you so much, that we shall be seeking to delve into and possibly suggest other ways and means by which maybe it will be help in ending this conflict in the DRC. Doc, would you like to try again and see if we can hear you now? Okay, so Doc is still working on his connection there. Is there anybody else who would like to say something? I see Wanda.
Can I go on, please?
All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, thank you so much. the co-host, Mr. Matanga, and everyone that is listening in from to the platform. Yeah, I'm Godfrey from South Africa. I salute everyone who is tuned in. And for now, I'm very happy for the good news that doctor has shared, and I'm praying so hard that the process goes on as it is going. Perhaps we still have to ask the leaders of the African countries, especially that region of the DRC, Uganda, Rwanda, to come together. When they sit down together and they agree on the same ideas, the thing will be sorted out. Perhaps if we still have some people hiding, the things won't stop, to continue, because they've been sitting all along. Let us hope that the new leaders that for example, the one that Dr. said has talked about, will bring some change to negotiate peacefully, such that people don't die again. Because the more they kill the people, the more tensions will go high. Because everyone that is killed, they've got their people or relatives who won't feel that good when their people are killed. And me, I would prefer to go with a peaceful negotiation with the rebels, because they also have their own side of the story. So if they negotiate with them, I think it's a good way to go. In my own view, I think the problem that is causing chaos in that region are the resources. So they must sit down and negotiate. And I'm really so happy and thank the people behind the peace process so much. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I'll come back later.
All right, thank you, Matovo. Before you go away, because there are a section of members of parliament from the North Kivu region that we know is really the hotspot of this public.
And
okay, go ahead.
I had Mr. Gian, I don't know where he went. I got distracted by network. But let me bring in Wanda. Eliphas Wanda from Kenya. Thank you very much. Take the platform if you can hear me. Thank you very much, Miriam, for holding the fort. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I hope I'm clear. Miriam, am I clear, or am I at a bit of a noisy place? Kindly.
We can hear you, a bit of some background noise, but we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Now, when you look into the peace process in DRC Congo, although I'm at a bit of a noisy place, give me a minute. I try and fix this.
Go ahead, work on that, and then when you're ready, just.
Okay. Let's bring in Rauben Kura. Rauben Kura, tell us where you are from.
Oh, good morning, everybody here. Dr. David, we are so grateful for this platform whereby we are free to blow out our issues to the country at large, or even Congress at all.
We can't hear you.
Mr. Doctor, am I clear right now?
No.
I'm not clear again.
It is very low. Come near the microphone.
It seems my phone is low, but...
Prepare your microphone and come back. BK. Mr.
Okay,
BK.
thank you. All right. Thank you so much, Dr. David. Thank you, Radio Okapi. C'est Okapi? No, ce n'est pas Okapi. Oguta, thank you so much for this space. I appreciate for your time to think about our problem. I'm from Congo, DRC. So if I see somebody from Nigeria or somewhere else who think about our problems, I feel like, I don't know how I can say, but I feel very happy. That's where I see one day Africa gonna be one country. So if the person from Nigeria right now is start to feel how the Congolese, how pain Congolese have, how victim Congolese is, you see, one day we're gonna have the right. Let me go on the topic. The topic say, is it the peace process holding? Is it the good way to end the war? For me, I can say the peace is holding, because if you see exactly, we are only the peace in Congo, we are only one person who can bring the peace in Congo. If I say we can, I say as Congolese or as African people. So anytime we're gonna wait for somebody else to come from anywhere else to bring the peace from Congolese, it's gonna it doesn't make. So the issue, the problem for the Congolese, I think the big problem is in Congolese people, which I am. So right now I can say there is nobody else who can fight for freedom for Congolese more than BK, who born in that place, who know the issue, who know the problem for that place. There is nobody else who came from nowhere. He gonna come and he say this the problem. No, I'm the one who know exactly what's going on in my not say in my country, let me say in my region, where in my village where I came from. So I try to say like North Kivu, Southern Kivu. I'm the person who know the big issue, the cause of the problem for North Kivu and the South Kivu. The war from North Kivu and Southern Kivu, he started long time, but it just came the big since 1994. That's the where the war, no, I can't say it's not a war, but it was just like they hate somebody when the genocide stopped in Rwanda, and some people who commit genocide in Rwanda, they just left in Rwanda, they came in our country, and they found some people who speak the same language with the Rwanda's people, and they look the same with those people they left in Rwanda, and that's where. Oh, sorry. Before I go over there, once that people they came, once they felt the war, they closed the border from Rwanda, they enter in DRC. They came as army. They came with the gun. They came with all the material as army. And our government, they don't take away for the gun for, you know, for that people. I don't know how I'm gonna call it. In Rwanda they call interim, or I don't remember the name of the old army for Exfal. Oh, they call Exfal. Exfal plus Interahamwe, they came in Congo with the gun, all the material as army. So once they came in Congo, they make the base as, you know, like the other military. So Right now, the consequence we have or the problem we face is not our issue. Is the problem for the people who don't who don't I don't know how I'm gonna say, who don't clear that issue in the good way, who don't resolve that solution in the good way, because there is some people of the Interam or EXFA who go the other country like Uganda, Tanzania, and Kenya. But those people who are in Kenya and who are in Tanzania, they they behave like other refugee. They don't have army. But in Congo, our government, their weakness, they take them, they recruit them, they mix with them in the army for the government. How you gonna mix with somebody who come from another country and he bring the idea which is no good from the people from Southern Kivu and North Kivu, and the government is in Kinshasa. They don't know the issue we have with that people. Because me, as Congolese who speak Kinyarwanda, if I say the language from Rwanda, me and that guy, me and Interam, we speak the same language, but the Kinshasa people, let me say the Kinshasa people or the president people, they don't speak their language, or they don't know more than me about those people. So there is no how we can resolve our problem until the president for Republic Democratic of Congo, he came and sit down with the people from the Eastern province and know exactly what issue these people they have. Since 2017, we be killed. Nobody talk. The senator, we have some people from Southern Kivu and North Kivu. They try to talk, but we never see any intervention or I don't know how can I say, any change that president can say, okay, I am with you. You see, he never do nothing. So there will never be peace in Congo until the president came sit with the people from East Congo, resolve their issue. So if it's not that, for me, I think we're gonna divide the country, because we can't be suffer forever and them in Kinshasa where they
Doctor, I think we are talking about peace stuff, and this guy is talking about.
Let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish.
Let him finish.
Hold on. Let me finish.
Brother,
Let me
I am
finish.
the controller here. Let
Okay.
him finish.
I'm saying
Mr.
this.
BMK,
Look,
Mr. BMK,
Doctor.
BK.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, make your point quickly and land. We have
All right.
had,
Thank you, Doctor.
yes,
Thank you so much.
Your position
Okay.
is
I'm
there
saying
will
this.
be no peace until.
All right.
No, I've got your point. I've got your point.
All right. Yeah, that's
your
what
point
I try to do.
Is this, as you finish. Your point
Okay,
is
thank you.
there will be no peace until the president Tshisekedi sits down with the people in the Eastern Congo, and especially those who are fighting, then peace will come. Is that the point you are making?
And the other one, and the other one, I try to say the other one. We don't need the people to benefit. How they call? Quelqu'un va m'aider en français. Je vais parler en français. Quelqu'un va exprimer. Nous n'avons pas besoin de quelqu'un qui va profiter les ça déjà des Sud Kivu ou bien de Nord Kivu. Nous n'avons pas besoin des gens. Les gens de Kinshasa ou bien les gens de l'Ouest, ils n'avaient pas les problèmes comme nous. They don't have the people from the Western Congo. They don't have the problem like we have, but they are the leaders. They are the they benefit, I don't know how, they take advantage for the war which we have. So we don't need a leader who take advantage for any war for anybody. So
Brother, you
please,
have other
Dr.
people that are
David,
just
Dr.
waiting.
David,
You
Dr.
have
David,
other people they
please.
waiting to speak. So can you just briefly,
Okay,
please?
okay.
All right, thank you so much, man.
BK, you have made your point. There will be other people to counteract those points, to counter those points. And I welcome a debate. Don't interrupt him. I'm the one managing time here. Therefore, don't worry about that. I'm here to manage time, and I will manage you very properly. BK, we heard your point. The other point in French, which we are talking about, that people who came from Rwanda, Interahamwe, and mixed up with the Congolese army are the people who brought problems in Kivu, North Kivu and South Kivu. That is the point you have made. We are looking for a solution, root causes. Can there be goodwill? Let me bring in, I don't know whether Rwanda is now ready. Is there a possibility of peace? Is a peace process holding? Will it hold? You have heard the statements from Mr. BK. He's from Kivu himself.
Yes.
South
Can I
Kivu.
respond to him, please?
But where you from? Just you're gonna say where you
No,
from
BK,
first.
don't speak now until I give you permission, please. Don't speak. I don't want to strike you out of the platform. Who is this who wants to answer?
My name is Guevara.
Gavara,
Yes.
you are not on answering him. You are educating
Yes.
us.
Yes. Can
Let's
I
not make
please?
it
Can I talk?
a
If
ping pong.
you agree with me?
Okay. For this sake,
Yes.
my in-house analyst Wanda will wait. Let's listen from you, a Congolese yourself.
Okay.
Guevara. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. And thank you so much for everybody just listening. I'm just here just to give me my knowledge, my little advice, and also, doctor, if I'm mistakes, please be allowed to correct me, cause you're my professor. You know. So what I'm trying to tell you is, I'm an infant soldier from Rwanda. I know Rwanda from RPF from day one. I know everything from RPF. When genocide starting and when I was like a kid, what I'm trying to tell you is like what happened in Congo actually it's it's different about because the thing is the root cause about what happened in Congo because everybody's just focusing on Congo, but you everybody like including sometimes me we forget about what is Rwandan people thinking about all these mistakes. Because the real problem, like when Congolese people are saying government in Rwanda attacks them every time, it's a point. It's a good point. But who's asking what is about Rwandese people thinking about all these mistakes? Because most of Rwandese people, what they think, most of them, since 1996, kids are dying every day. Mothers are crying alone without bearing their own kids. They don't have any support when you lose your kid, your son, who's supposed to help you to help the young kids. These are problems in Rwanda, in society. Nobody talks about it. Even in parliament. Look, when you see those Sukhois and everything, all the battles in Congo from 1996, any Rwanda's people, they lost someone in families. They bear every day. But nobody can cry. Cause what? Guess why? Cause there is a government there. They're not allowed anybody just to say, okay, He was my grandson. He's supposed to help me. He's dying there, and I have to gain in that war. People are dying in Rwanda, and mothers are crying alone, losing their kids.
So, a point now, Mr.
My
Guevara,
point is simple.
are
It's
you?
just simple to
We are
telling
talking.
to
No,
telling
wait,
you
wait
to telling
first.
you there is
Let me
there is
know.
there is there is
No,
something
hold
happening.
on.
There is a war happening in Congo,
Guevara,
but there is also war happening
Mr. Guevara, order.
inside families in Rwanda, because mothers are losing their kids.
Listen, host, he talk to you.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm listening, doctor.
You better listen because I was gonna knock you off.
I'm sorry, but that was my truth. That's it.
No, okay, fine. We are talking about peace in Rwanda, in Congo.
But the peace in Congo, starting in Rwanda by himself, Rwanda, mothers has to stop.
Okay.
They have to stop.
Gevalia, say you have the issue with the problem. You have the problem with Kagame. That's the problem we have. The people who have the problem in their country.
I was listening to you. Please
you have
listen
the
to
problem
me.
with Rwanda.
I was listening to you. Please listen to me. That's the way like a conversation is going on.
Yeah, but you are not going to listen to me to exchange zero. You are talking hot air on my platform. I'm going to take you out.
What about mothers losing their kids?
Hey, Govera, stick to the point.
What about mothers losing their kids? No, bearing their own kids.
Where? The mothers are
in Rwanda.
Where?
In Rwanda. Because
we talk about Congo, bro. We're talking about Congo. We don't talk about Rwanda.
We are talking about Congo.
So who's attacking Congo?
You see, doctor.
Who's attacking Congo? Who's attacking Congo?
BK, hold on.
Who's attacking
We are the
Congo?
issue for Congo. We don't talk about Rwanda.
Is it Banyamulenge attacking Congo or is it Banyarwanda?
Just read the topic. Read the topic. What the topic say? There is no Rwanda right here.
I'll manage you, all of you. I'll mute all of you. I'll not mute the whole section. I'll mute you. 2 of you. And the next time you interfere with my speech, I'll throw you out of the platform. I want to bring you back to the topic. We are talking about peace in Rwanda. And Mr. Guevara, if you want to refer to what is happening in Congo, be direct and say it is the problem of Rwanda, why peace is not coming. Don't go and tell us about what is going on in Rwanda. We are not talking Rwanda. We are not discussing Rwanda today. You can make Rwanda as a reference, point of reference, because everybody alleges that Rwanda supports
Rwanda. Kids from Rwanda are dying in Congo.
Okay, that is better. Now make your point and you have 1 minute.
All I'm saying is just like kids from Rwanda are going in war in Congo, and mothers, they cannot even bear their kids in Rwanda peacefully. That's all I'm saying. And that's the main problem in Congo.
Okay. Thank you very much, Guevara. I just picked your point and let me make you clean yourself. The point you are making is that there are Rwandese fighting in Congo. That's the point you are trying to drive. But you are taking us to Jerusalem, then fly to Hong Kong, then bring us to Damascus.
My point is even mothers, they cannot bear their kids in Rwanda peacefully. That's it. But the problem...
Thank you.
Since 1996, and nobody can care about those kids in Rwanda dying in Congo.
I have told you, you have finished your talk. Keep quiet now for some time. You had the time to make your point and you made 0 point. You have just made a point. an allegation. Everybody alleges that Rwandese are fighting in Congo. You have not given me any evidence so far today, but everybody, the perception is the people fighting in Congo territory are Congolese. That is what I know. M23 yesterday was created on 23rd March. They celebrated their day yesterday. It's the peace holding. Are they going to be part and the parcel? Now let's not bother about where they came from, where they are, who they are. We now want the rebels who are on the territory of Congo to come on table and create peace. That's what I'm interested in at the moment, sir. And I want peace. Is there a possibility? Is there goodwill? So I want my speakers to update us about peace, prospects of peace in the DRC Congo, not prospects of more division arguments on this platform. Elif Ziwanda.
Thank you so much. And I'm sorry the other time I was on a bit of a noisy place. I'd gone to pick something somewhere. Now, back to the topic. Is the peace process holding, and is there goodwill to end this war? Then there is this perception based on one of the speakers that had their submissions, having a feeling that this war, we should blame the citizens of DRC Congo, in the sense that they are the making of this conflict, and if they choose to end the conflict, it will easily end. I'll use this one statement to react on that, then present my submission. There are times we cannot blame a child who was born in a poor family when they sleep, when they go on empty stomachs, when their fees are not paid in schools, when when they are working on tatters. At times, generally we can't blame such kids. They just found themselves in such families. You cannot blame the citizens of DRC Congo entirely on what is happening in DRC Congo, and especially if you go back to the history of this conflict. That what happens in DRC Congo, when you look into the root cause of the war itself, is based on the natural riches of DRC Congo and the economic competition that was crafted in capitalism or nationalism that is in one way or the other individual based during the eras of industrial revolution that when industries knew of all these things, then they had to compete and get all the riches that are in DRC Congo. And therefore the conflict was just crafted in, and it started those years back. And if you trace now the years previously, the years before these riches, before the Western world realized of these riches, then the history will tell you that land was not fighting as what we are saying today. And therefore, blaming the citizen of DRC Congo entirely on what is happening in DRC Congo is equal to blaming this child that was born in a poor family on why they are going on empty stomachs or why they are being sent home from their schools on lack of school fees. Now, the catalyst of this conflict, yes, we know where it came from, but we cannot always keep on lamenting, crying and crying without finding a solution. That once you know the cause of the rains that are beating you, then you now need to at least to work on the roof of your house so that the rains do not keep on beating you on a daily basis. Now, the catalyst of this conflict is tribalism, the poor governance, and still the nationalism, of which today it's now based on the region, that we have the regional regrouping.
Are you serious? We're burying our cousins every day.
Okay, I know. But just allow me to do my submission then along the way, because when you want to find a solution, then you should be in a position to listen. That is BK, but I'm hoping BK will learn to listen as we move on.
No, it's not me. It's not me. It's not me.
Rwanda.
It is Govero. Yes, sir. Yes, Dr. Masanga.
I've removed him.
Okay,
it's
thank you.
not me.
So,
It's not me.
it's okay, VK. Now, when you look at, when you look at all these, the national interests, then you look into the regional politics and the regional's economy, that the region is not interested in seeing peace in DRC Congo because of the national interests. That we have a nation that probably is having an interest, and because the cause of this war had an hand from outside, then our regional leadership is now getting outside. Is going outside as well to get support in ensuring that this conflict does not end. Such that at the end of the day, the natural riches will always be either siphoned, then shipped outside. But the peace process in generally, entirely, it can only last, or we can get to a point when we can get to a point that we realize this peace. But it's only when now we decide to work towards towards ending this conflict. Like, number one, we cannot end this conflict if we still have the regional issues, if we still have the national interests, that a Rwandese looks at Rwanda. A Rwandan national looks at Rwanda, then feels like it's a more special country as compared to DRC Congo. Or someone from Uganda, Kenya, or either way, they look at their country and front them at the expense of these other nations. Therefore, that's when this conflict is not ending, or the reasons why this war is always there. That this national feeling, which is okay being patriotic, but once patriotism comes at the expense of the other nation, then the problem comes in, which is already the rains that are beating our brothers in DRC Congo. That why should this citizen of a different nation feel like, for me to grow my nation, let me go and destroy this other nation? That for me to grow my economy, let me go and let me organize the stealing in DRC Congo. And for me to organize the stealing in DRC Congo, let me trace now the origin of this conflict. It started from the Western world. These industries are there. So let me go and negotiate with them and make them realize that I can easily be allowed or provide or help them get these minerals. The other problem that you're facing in DRC Congo, we have the trust and trust versus mistrust. Whenever the peace group comes in, the negotiators comes in, we'll always have one quarter that lack trust in that team. Then we'll have at the other end that have trust on that team. Therefore, trust versus mistrust has always been a problem. There are those who will tell you President Felix Tshisekedi has always been a friend of President Uhuru Kenyatta. Therefore, having President Uhuru Kenyatta negotiate to end this conflict will always want to favor President Tshisekedi and the team. Then on the other end, President Tshisekedi probably with friends will feel like President Kenyatta will help us strike a deal. Therefore, the trust versus mistrust among ourselves, the citizens, the rebel groups, the forces, even the Western world itself, is the reason why this war keeps, why we are not getting to a point that we can now have the peace last. Then lastly, so that I don't control the show alone, it's the fear of unknown from the citizens. The fear of unknown from the citizens have always undermined the abilities of the military of the DRC Congo, and have equally undermined the role of ESCR, that is the East African Regional Force. That East African Regional Force today cannot directly attack the rebel groups because the citizens, based on the fear of unknown, feels like if these guys are attacked, we will be attacked. If the East African Regional Force combine or join forces with the DRC Congo forces, then take over these territories that are under rebel groups, The rebel groups will not be okay with it. Therefore, what will happen of us? Therefore, the fear of unknown from the citizens makes it very hard for the citizens to support their own government and the regional force to ensure that the regions that are under attack or regions that are not in, they're having this conflict, the conflict is put to an end. Because when someone is fighting in your end, or when you want to bring peace in an area that is having a conflict, you need the blessings of people that are there for the purposes either or for the sake of either information or quite a number of things. But if I'm told these people are afraid and the rebel lives with them, then it becomes very hard to ensure peace lasts in such areas. Therefore, my advice as I last, I would wish that the government start investing in addressing the fear of unknown from the citizens. That once they address the fear of unknown from the citizens, then the citizens finally or ultimately now come to a point when they can have that trust and the fear is gone. Then they join the EACC, the East Africa Regional Force, and any other group that want to see peace last. Then that will be the beginning of finding peace in this area. Allow me to yield on that.
Thank you very much, Teacher Wanda. And I would like to say you brought in quite a number of issues that need us to see whether these are the root causes. That's why Congo peace cannot be achieved. You have gone back to historical perspective, which is one of the pillars of discussing root causes, finding out why Congo can never be stable. We've gone back to the historical buildings, historical build-up, which was there, the minerals, the industries working in Europe. All these things bring back the memories of why Congo cannot stabilize. So let me bring in Mr. JMN, new generation. Yes.
Yes, thank you, daughter. Thank you, daughter. According to the subject of today, I just want to say something before I start. The problem is those Tutsis who used to fight or try to kill all those Hutus in the east of DRC. When I think on when Kabila was the president, it was like 4 presidents. It was two Tutsis, and one was from was Mungala president. That one Kabila was Kabila was a Swahili president. Those Tutsis always, when we sit down with them to talk, to discuss about countries, they don't want what Congolese need. They don't want peace. Always, when they don't get what they want, they will go back to Rwanda, and then Rwanda will give them support so they can put fire in their house. That's the problem. You cannot say I'm a daughter from I'm a doctor. I'm trying to fight daughter in the daughter house. It doesn't make sense. If you are a child of daughter, you must understand. You must bring peace first. You must think about your security. You must think about first your country. You cannot say that if you don't give me a bread, I'll go to Rwanda and take a Rwanda's army. They will come to our house and fight. That's the problem. And that lady was the one who was saying that there's Rwandese boys are dying in the east of Congo. when our government is busy telling people that is Kagame who's supporting those Tutsis, but people don't believe it. But you guys, you can hear by yourself that lady saying that there's Rwandese boys are killing there in the east of Congo. That's the problem. If they are Congolese, yes, they must come down and we sit together, talk these guys. What they want is all Congolese, they don't need it. They don't want it. They cannot say that in the east of Congo, there's only Tutsis. No, there's there's many people that side. There's not only Tutsis, because always, now is 20, 25 years or 30 years now. When they are fighting, it's always Tutsis. It's always because of Tutsis cause. It's always because of Tutsis. And then you are expecting all the Congolese accept you guys? No, it doesn't make sense. It's like in the family, you are the only one guys who used to fight with everyone. No one will accept you. Even in the Bible, they used to say that if you see your hand, he used to always to bring you in the west stuff, you must catch it. That's what you guys you don't understand. If you want all Congolese to accept you, you must be like a Congolese. You must love your country, protect your country.
Accept who? Accept as who? How you say you accept who?
Hey.
Oh, listen first.
BK, you allowed you to talk, and let Mr. JM speak. You wait. You will come and counter him in the second round. Okay? Let JM generation speak. Go ahead, my brother. BK, seal your mouth for now and listen. Yes, you spoke. I gave you very many minutes. Nobody interrupted you. So, JM, you are on the floor.
Yeah, because they always say, no, they don't accept them. Well, Ruberwa, he was the president. He's a Tutsi guy. People did not accept him. There's people in the parliament there. There's the Tutsis. They don't accept him. In all government in Congo, like me, I'm a Mukongo guy. But in the government, you never see a Mukongo guy. But always you see 3 or 5 Tutsis guys. And then you think that Mukongo people also, they cannot go to Angola, because Mukongo province is close to Angola. They cannot go there and tell Angolans to come and support them, so they can never post on the government. But we don't do that, because we know what you guys you are doing. Those who are leading, they are leading because of our countries. We cannot go and ask for help to make trouble in our country because we don't get something in the government. That's why people don't accept you, because of you are a trouble guys. You don't like peace in the DRC. That's the problem. There's a name there. They used also to fight with you guys, because you arrive there, you start killing them. That's the problem. You must accept it. And if you want peace, if you want things to be fine, if you want things to be down, you must first accept what people you find there. That's the problem. That's the cause also. And our constitution is clear about that. All people who was in DRC before 1960, they are Congolese. That's all. We don't talk about what Tutsis, what. There's no Tutsi Congolese. There's only Congolese. You cannot say there's Luba Congolese. No, we don't talk about that. There's only you guys who used to say Tutsi Congolese. No, we don't know about that as in our country. That's the problem. We know only about Congolese. That's all. It's like me. I'm in America. They cannot say I'm a California American. No, it doesn't make sense. I'm American, that's all.
You have made me laugh today. Thank you very much, JM. I like that statement. You can't say you are Californian American. You are an American.
He's American. He's American, doctor.
Yes, thank you very much, JM. You have made your point. And BK, be cool. You'll answer back later. Don't panic. This is a discussion. I want a good discussion today. We want to find out peace. I saw Lukwago. Where are you, Lukwago? Mr. Lukwago? Has Lukwago run away? What has happened to him? Mr. Lukwago, you were here and then you disappeared. Is your network letting you down, Mr. Lukwago? Mr. Lukwago would have made very good points here. I hope you will come back. Oh, he is here. Lukwago is the man who makes me very happy when he's talking. But let me listen to Reuben. Reuben, I hope your microphone is good now. You have heard Mr. J.M. Congolese. There is no half Ugandan. There is either Ugandan or Ugandan. But you don't say, I am a Ugandan this or half this. No. Reuben, tell us, Lukwago, don't go away. I want to listen to your version on this. Will there peace? Will peace hold? Is there a peace process? Is it going on? Is there goodwill to have peace in this country? Reuben.
Oh, Mr. Doctor, thanks for the chance. I'm Reuben Kula. Everybody here, if you don't know me, I'm Reuben Kula. I'm from Uganda. And all that on that issue of the Congo war, for me, I know here in Uganda and in Buganda, we have a saying where the two lines fight from, the grass is the one to suffer. Here right now, I can see the grass is suffering. Those poor people are the ones suffering from the fights of these two lines. I can see, according to my look, I can see Congo is fighting with Rwanda, as they say that.
Are you hearing Mr. Reuben? Reuben Kura, people are not hearing you, Baba. Clear your microphone.
Okay.
Do you have a very bad phone in Kampala? Kampala has good phones. Don't let me down. You need a good phone to talk to the world.
Now,
correct that microphone. Come closer to it so that we hear your points. Meanwhile,
I'm closer now. I'm closer.
Okay, now I can hear you. I hope people are hearing him now.
I was saying that this issue of Congo and Rwanda, that issue of the war in Rwanda, I can see there is a saying here in Buganda that where the two lines just fight together, the grass is the one to suffer. Right now, I can see the poor people are the ones suffering just because they attempt to be the grass in this scenario. So I can see Rwanda is fighting with Congo just behind the shadows. How could I say that? Why should I say that? And let me confirm you, why should I say that? The reason why I'm saying that is that the M23 members of M23, which is fighting with the army of Congo and the army and other people who just hoping that UPD from Uganda, is more inclusive with the Rwandese. Just by looking, it is said it is mostly sponsored by Rwandese. Even we had America before time back saying that Rwanda is supporting the M23, and right now I can also believe it because I can see Bambi, those people are suffering, and the other man will talk about the other issue what Peter was talking about, that why is it that the people fail to get visa, the mother fail to rate up their children in Rwanda, what. It's not the blame for the government. What I hope, or why I call it a bad luck for some people, I could tell it a bad luck because it's not the blame for the country, because there are some people who have ever been slaves, and when they came to places where they are slaves, and there are people who were grown up, who were Africans, and they were taken to France for being slaves, and their fathers were slaves. Then after the children are rich now.
Okay. Thank you very much. Time is not on our side. We are trying to cut. You have made your point very nice, Reuben. For you say when two elephants fight, the grass suffers. That's point number one. Point number two, you have said the Congolese are right because the Rwandese are supporting the rebels, M23. Is that your point you are making?
Yeah, the Congolese are right to fight back because even I don't agree them to negotiate with those people whereby the big number of them they are not citizens. I don't agree
Let
them
me
for
ask you another question. What about 132 other rebel groups? Who's
pardon.
supporting them?
According to the America website,
Yes, there are
body,
132 rebel groups in Congo. Only
but
M23, as you claim, are supported by Rwanda. But who is supporting the 131 other groups, including ADF, which is in Congo?
ADF is fighting Uganda government, non-Congo government. ADF is just
Uganda
fighting back to
government
Uganda.
based on Congo soil. It is in the Congo soil, on the base. So
And
think
that is
about
the weakness
that.
of Congo.
You will have a second
Uganda
chance to. I don't want to lose Lukwago here. I don't know where he has gone again. Lukwago keeps on moving away. Yet I want him to come here. Mr. Lukwago, are you at work today or something? Okay, thank you very much, Robin. I've got your points. I have got your points clear. That is okay.
Okay.
Lukwago is missing in action. So, Bukwate, Mr. Bukwate, or Mr. Bakwate, how are you, my brother, today, this morning?
I'm fine, Doctor. Thank you. Good morning, Africa, my brother and sister.
Bakwate, just hold the fire. Let me bring this man who was here. I think he is running 2 errands. Mr. Lukwago, the platform is yours now. And then Bakwate next. Then any other person. We are running out of time. We want to get ideas quickly. It's the peace holding. Is there any goodwill? Lukwago, take the platform.
Thank you so much. Am I audible, Doctor?
You are audible, Sevo.
Okay. You know, I'm experiencing some technical glitches. I don't know why. I'm in and out. I'm doing why, but those are technical glitches I'm experiencing.
You have the microphone now. You have the microphone, Lukwago.
Thank you for this topic. Is the peace process holding? Is there a goodwill to end the war? Actually, I've heard from the previous speaker who was focusing more on Rwanda. But my brothers and sisters, the moment we shall focus on Rwanda and the DRC, there we are losing a point, because the Congolese question is much bigger than Rwanda and the DRC. Okay? How I wish we focus from the international perspective, where there are global powers, okay, that have leverage on regional powers, okay, per se Rwanda and Uganda, but not only Rwanda and Uganda, okay, even Burundi has its rebels in DRC, Uganda has, Rwanda has. So, Doctor, my appeal to you, people of your caliber, to focus much where that UK has a lot of leverage on Rwanda. Okay? Rwanda, Uganda, Burundi, Kenya, you will not deploy your soldiers in DRC. And South Africa and Angola will just look on. That's why Angola deployed its soldiers after realizing that the East African force that was sent there actually was playing hide and seek with the M23 soldiers. Okay? Why don't you advocate for an international framework? Okay? With those global powers that have leverages on these regional actors to sit down and devise ways of bringing peace in DRC. Yeah? The military may work, but it needs a political solution. The DRC question. To sit down. Okay? I at one time had General David Muhoozi of Uganda, making it clear that Uganda wants to have control of a certain part within eastern part of Kenya. Will the Congolese allow that? Okay. If you go deep, there are certain countries here within East Africa that cannot survive economically without DRC's minerals. Why don't you sit down and devise ways of getting DRC's minerals after paying them some money? Because you are using labor tactics to dodge paying DRC. Okay? UK. You people from Qatar, France. Can't you sit down with the DRC government to devise ways of getting its minerals without using rebel outfits? Because M23 is not the only rebel outfit in DRC. There are over 100 of them. But what are they? They are propagating economic interests of these regional actors and those global powers. But my major concern is actually to talk to those global powers who are using these regional actors like Uganda, Rwanda to stop. People have died ever since 1960s up to today. We are talking about the solution to the DRC question. Why? Because they are benefiting. You saw Mr. Tshisekedi actually telling the UK to stop supporting Rwanda. So, my humble appeal to whoever is concerned, experts, regional experts, and international experts, to talk to USA, France, UK, China, and Russia to stop that mayhem going on within the DRC. Thank you so much, Doctor. That is the only way peace will prevail within the DRC.
Oh, thank you very much, my brother. You have brought in a very, 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 very important point of international actors who have leverage over these super mini powers around Africa or regional powers. But let me ask you, Lukwago, are there rebels, the M23? Because I have seen one or two commanders here, and I thank you very much, Commander, one of you who has come. I hope you. But thank you very much, Lukwago, for bringing out that element of foreign, external, serious superpowers who can bring in a heavy hand, who can come in and say, this is what we want. But let me ask you one question. MONUSCO has been there for 18 years, and it's a UN body. What has it done to Rwanda? Has it brought peace in Rwanda? In Congo? Has it brought peace in Eastern Congo? The soldiers of MONUSCO has been, they have been stationed, the contingent has been stationed there for over 18 years. And no peace has come. Let me hear from one of the guys before I come to Bakwate. Safi, Commander Safi, how are you? Safi, I'm giving you a platform, sir. Pick the microphone. Safi. Okay, Safi is asleep. Bakwate. Make it short.
Thank you so much. You see, this is a good question and a big topic. Not only to Congo, but this could be a lesson to all Africans. You see, first of all, is there goodwill? There is no goodwill. But before I go to that, there is the thing I analyzed from BK. There are issues that we are leaving behind which are crucial at home and which are attracting what my brother Rukwago talked about. BK talked about issues where they cannot be listened from the other side, and from they are from east. Their issues are not talked about, and the people. I am looking about that issue, and this issue is attracting Rwanda, is attracting the hatred of Rwanda, is attracting Uganda, is attracting other countries to gain in this guys from DRC, of which this is about leadership. We have many issues that is bringing conflicts in Congo, and which are major, but this one which is inside is bringing more harm to DRC. And with that, you had someone from Rwanda who was talking about our children are dying from there. They are trying to taking revenge to Congo. But if this thing was settled inside, these ones who are coming disguising with rebel tactics, as how my brother talked about it, they could not enter Congo if this issue is resolved. If inside, when you are fighting at home, it is very easy for a thief to come and take whatever he wants. Brings a small tactic to make you continue fighting, and takes whatever he wants. It is very true that all African countries, and even the international, the foreigners, they are benefiting much from Congo. And it is so absurd that someone who wants to die is the one who is saying, let us sit down and get you medicine. You want me to die? But it is you who is saying, I know the medicine which can cure you, but you want me, you are among the people who want me dead. It's unfortunate. So my way forward is like this, fellow Africans. How I wish this peace talk could yield good fruits. How I wish. But if the Congolese who are here and the Rwandese who are here, all Africans who are here, if we could still have that heart of loving each other and leave the thing that our people are dying from there, let us take revenge. The Rwandese who are here and the Congolese who are here and Africans who are here, if we can change our perspectives, our mindset about revenge, you want to revenge for something which happened long ago, there is not going to be peace. Peace will not be there. We need to settle down and know that these are also our brothers. They are people who are dying for nothing, innocent people who are dying. But because you are taking your hatred, and this is what the person you removed from the platform, what he is thinking is in many minds of many Rwandese, and the thinking of 80, if I'm not mistaken, of 80 Rwandese who come to Congo to make revenge. Though they want other things like minerals and other things, but they come for revenge. Not like Uganda, which go there for riches. I'm speechless, doctor, because this is a touching topic and is in the solution. Thank you, doctor. Let me stop from there.
Thank you very much, Bakwate from Kampala. Safi, Commander Safi,
Yes, sir.
the platform is yours.
Thank you so much.
And then Madame Nyange, today I've left my glasses out. You people can sympathize with me. Yes, Commander Safi.
Yes, sir.
Tell us, look here,
Mm.
please, cut the sides, the cake down.
Actually,
Is there goodwill, surely,
yeah, thank you so
for
much.
this thing to work? Thank you.
Actually, currently, I would like to thank everybody here and also explain what's happening right now in this politics of Tshisekedi Chilombo. When you see his nomination right now, you can understand that he's now willing to do any peace process in DRC. According to the nomination from Jean-Pierre Bemba, you can check his reputation. You can check Vital Kamerhe reputation. Those are people, Congolese, like who knows that they are very bad, evil, especially Bemba. You can check his background. Immediately you can understand how even he committed something like genocide. There is, although in a court he was able to manage the situation and get back in Congo, but according to the Congolese who really know what happened, what he did, it's very sad news for us to see him as a Prime Minister of Defense. So actually, this is something Tshisekedi has been playing with us for this situation in Eastern DRC. And also, there were a proposal of some woman, I didn't remember her name, but she was proposing in the Senate, saying that, Tshisekedi must have 2 years after, they can cancel the election and add 2 years for Tshisekedi regime so that they can manage the situation in DRC. So this is something you can understand that he's now willing for peace in Eastern DRC. And actually, as you see, people who are dying, they are not coming from his village, family, or where he came from. They are not Luba as his tribe. The Luba tribes, now they are promoting them. That's why they call that regime tribalism. So for me right now, when I see someone talking about Rwanda, I sent you, Mr. Dr. Machang, in your DM. I sent you the report of U.S. Consular story, or U.S. Consular in Bukavu, 1965. Then you can understand the problem, the root causes of our problem, especially people who speak in Rwanda or Tutsi in DRC. We have been oppressed even before Kagame was born. That's true story. So actually, there is a point, Mr. Wanda and Lukwago say about who is behind all these things in Congo, like who destabilized security of Congo. Of course, it's world powers. Yeah, we know. But how can we as Africans remove that mentality that we are oppressed as Africans, generally people who have been colonized, we still being in colonization indirectly. So now we saw Burkina Faso, we saw Mali, so they managed. Actually, we should manage also. DRC should manage, but they can manage as long as they have people like leaders who are irresponsibility, who also take advantage of the situation, have a president who can buy a car of $5 million, imagine car of 3 tires, $5 million, showing off. People are dying for famine. People are dying for many things happening in Eastern. People are very poor, actually. It's not about insecurities only. People are dying because of hunger. But when we see the president showing off and and his circles, it's very sad. So we have many things to change in DRC, but the problem is who understand the root causes of our problem. It's only people who really want peace, who knows how the segregation, division have been playing role in Eastern DRC, even actually in Congo generally, because you can remember when they were going to do Katanga country, when they tried to do what they were calling I forget how people they were trying to separate Katanga and other province, because there were many bad politics and division in DRC since a long time ago. Whoever come to the power trying to promote his tribe instead of promoting the country, which is very dangerous. And it's very sad to hear someone like Robeni. He's from Uganda, but some Ugandans also they have humanity. So when you say, "Oh, I can't encourage DRC to talk or to have a conversation with M23," I feel you, because you are not losing anything. But as human, as African, you couldn't say like that, because as long as they don't sit down and understand the root causes and discuss the solution of M23 and people who speak in Rwanda, Tutsi especially, because Tutsi are being attacked since a long time ago. It's not about Rwanda, although after reaching Congo, it became the trigger to eliminate most of them, because those people, they were not disarmed, as the father of Chisegeti said. They were not disarmed. It's only DRC government which allow people to come in, like refugees come into Congo without like refugee process, like the legal refugee process. They shouldn't even allow them to be nearby Rwanda or to the border of Rwanda, especially with arms. So they did nothing. They just let them. It's like they were going to help them, as even they said, like Chisegeti was saying, that they are trying to help up there so that they can get back to Rwanda. So this plan, they had it a long time ago, because they never disarmed them. So they were there, just become the threat to Rwanda. So when they were there as a threat of Rwanda, even the Tutsi who were autochthone, as they say in French, in Congo, they started killing them. That's true. Their report, I'm not being biased. I even sent you the report, Mr. David Machanga, taking the place for yourself and understand the reality of Congolese and how Africans can understand that Western powers, they have many influence in bad things in Congo. Everywhere they were trying to manage the situation, they never have a solution. MONUSCO have been operating in DRC for decades, but there is no solution. So we should understand, we should see Africans as brothers and sisters. We shouldn't find some Africans as the enemy. We should unite as Africans, especially Congolese, must know the unity is the key point of development. We couldn't find peace without Tutsi Congolese. Forget, if there is any Congolese here who think they will have a peace in Congo without Tutsi, it's impossible. That's why even there is a quote saying that we should learn how to live together as brothers and sisters or die together like stupid. I think it's Martin Luther King said that, if I'm not wrong. So actually, Congolese brothers and sisters who doesn't speak even in Kinyarwanda, who doesn't speak even in Swahili, should understand that to live together in peace is better solution for our country and the future of East African community peace. Thank you so much, Dr. Machanga. But what I can remind you is what M23 has done for peace process in order to respect the agreement of
Commander
leaders.
Safi.
Thank you so much.
Commander Safi.
Yes,
Commander Safi, before you go,
yes,
I always give you my message. And I've always given you this message. You know very well I'm a top commander also. You know that very well?
Yes, I know very well.
You know I've been a top commander. My brothers in M23, my brothers in M23, wake up, smell the coffee, come on table. I'm talking from experience. I've been there before. So please, tell them that Dr. Matsanga, your friend, I like it. Peace. Come on your table. Come on the table. Give peace a chance, because what is being organized internationally will create quite a lot of difficulties. So I'm giving you a message, as usual, deliver it. I'm always honest. I have not been biased on this issue of Congo. I don't know why the Congolese, and I'm very happy that Congo has appointed my friend, my younger man, a younger man that I defended in ICC. I went physically, wrote documents protesting with the chief prosecutor why he arrested him and not arrested Bozize. Because Bozize is the one who called him to go to Central African Republic. Why do you arrest Bemba? I'm happy that he has now been made the Minister of Defense. I'm going to be in touch. I've already made the first call to tell him, now I want you to be like a father, like me. How I stood for you. Also stand to bring peace in Congo. I've struggled. Younger people on this platform, it's not because I enjoy being in the line of media. It's painful for me. At times, tears come out of my eyes. When I'm hosting this, I've been an opponent, a critic of President Museveni since 1982. Since 1982, when he went to the Luwelo Triangle, and to the time when we were overthrown, we were together. We fought UNLF together with him. He was in Fronasa. I was in Chikosi Malum, 208 KJ. He was in Fronasa. We have been talking about peace. There are so many things that happened to us, Safi. We have lost so many people. Some of us have lost parents, wives. But time came when people said they need peace. You saw me in Juba, Lukwago. Every Ugandan who is here will tell you. I did not want to shake President Museveni's hand. I refused for 2 days. And I told the South Sudan government, get me a plane to get out of here, and I return home. I returned to London.
Doctor.
Just hold on. Lukwago, I'm
Is
gonna
it
give you a chance. I
actually?
refuse
I want
2
to ask
days.
you a question.
Yes.
Is it true that you used to move with a poison detection machine while in those corny things? Somebody told
Yes.
me. Is it true?
Yes. I have it up to now. Even you, you. The only thing is you are very poor. You can't afford it, but it is very expensive because several attempts have been made on my body. 22 because of my opposition. You have not the current Uganda opposition has not seen how some of us suffered in 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 98. Basically just went away in 98. Basically got out of, I am giving Safi, Commander Safi, history. Mr. Besigye came to opposition in 1998. It should not tell you that he is very much bigger than Matanga, Lukwago. And I always tell you, I keep on telling you people, for some of us, we have seen a lot. We have seen Samuel Gerede was the Minister of Internal Affairs who was detaining us with warrants of arrest with Besigye. But today, you see, when you are making a bed, don't make it with thorns everywhere. Leave some space to sleep. In 1986, 87, 89, you could not talk to Besigye. He was a political commissioner, making rules, instructions, detention orders for us that we are fighting for Force Obote back. You hear me? Lukwago, I'm calling you. You hear me? I'm crying tears because the same men who tortured us came back to opposition later. They found us there. But from some of us knew the difficulties of Genome 7 from here. We knew the difficulties. We stood firm. We have stood firm. Shall stand firm. Positively and engage. That's why I'm telling you, Commander Safi, deliver this message that there comes a time when a nation is bigger. There comes a time when you must stand above the nation and go on the table. When they told me to go on the table, when they told us to go on the table in Juba, when the British government told me to go in South Sudan and seek peace, the Prime Minister was Gordon Brown. The Prime Minister gave me permission. President Museveni agreed. South Sudan agreed. We went, sat down, we brought peace. Today, Safi, Commander Safi, take this message. Northern Uganda is peaceful. There is poverty. There is lack of what you call deficit of democracy. I'm now teaching Lukwago, deficit of democracy. Don't say everything in Uganda is bad. No. There's deficit of democracy. The rule of law, the impunity, it is there. But there is no war, active war in Northern Uganda. I did not want even to look at President Museveni's face in Juba. I hid in my hotel for 2 nights until Salva Kiir came with the convoy, president's convoy, came to my hotel and said, you have to go and greet President. Shake hands now. Chisano, everybody. The pictures are there, you can check them. Peace came. Ugandans enjoy that peace today. I might not be able to enjoy it, but my people live with dignity. My people in northern Uganda have suffered, but now they live with dignity. And I am happy. So, Commander Safi, that is my message to the commanders of M23. Look at above a bigger picture. Come on, table. Try to make peace and agree. If things don't work in the future, we shall come back and help you. But for
M23
now,
already showed them that, actually, as you can see, where they withdraw from Kibumba right now, Masisi. So everything M23
that
done,
is very.
Congolese leader, they didn't do anything. And when they are crying
I've
for
entitled,
balkanization, when they are crying about
I've agreed.
balkanization,
Safi,
you can go back to
Safi,
Katanga. Katanga, they started
Safi,
balkanization a long time ago. Yes, sir.
Safi, Commander Safi. I have agreed. My message was taken. Now take another message that move another step. That your senior man, senior commander says move another step. A former senior commander, not current, because I left that long time ago. Move a step further. We want peace from you. We want a peaceful Africa. Put your sacrifices, your personal ego aside, and move on table. Tell them that Dr. Matanga said so. If they want me myself, let them announce. I will come. I will take their grievances because I know the problem. I know the problem, how it pains to be a rebel in the bush. How you are called in so many names. You know how many names the Lukwagos used to call me? I am not saying Lukwago, but the Lukwago, those in the system, Lukwago was not in the system. But the Lukwago, you know, they have called me so many bad names. But I said, even if you call me bad names, I'm going to sit here until you sign this Agenda 1, Agenda 2, Agenda 3, Agenda 4, Agenda 5, Agenda 6. And give me amnesty. I returned 62,000 troops in Uganda. They are there. Lukwago, are they not there? All the children that Konyi had abducted, all Konyi soldiers returned to northern Uganda. He went with his family, children. Those are the ones. Those who wanted to return, returned. Those who refused to sign, I am not an international policeman. Police, the law will catch them in other countries. That's why Ongwen was captured in another territory. You hear me now? He was not captured under our agreement. The Uganda peace agreement between President Museveni, General Konyi, LRA versus government was signed, sealed. The only thing missing was Konyi's signature. No problem. But implementation, I want to thank President Museveni for having implemented it in the entire northern Uganda. We did Mataput. We did reconciliation. People have come back. The rebels that used to roam northern Uganda are back in northern Uganda. They are their homes. They have traced where they were born. They are there. They are digging. They are in business. They are carrying. They went to school. Some are in UPDF. Some of the officers are serving in Somalia. That is what we want. That's why I'm talking to you today, Safi, so that you deliver this message. Uhuru Kenyatta, Salva Kiir, Mama Samia Suluhu, Kagame, Tshisekedi himself, Burundi president, and the international, the whole African Union, give them a present, give them a gift. Let's make peace. Let's have goodwill. People have died. There are women who cannot even sit and feed their babies. They are on the run throughout. I cried like this, and Riek Machar came out after listening to me. If it was not me and intervening in Riek, South Sudan, there would be war today. Up to today, there would be big war. But I told Riek Machar, go and look for that interview. And I cried to the world. I said, you must release Riek Machar from house arrest. In a week, Riek Machar was released. Thanks to my cry. Now I'm crying for the people of Congo. I'm crying for the people of Eastern Congo. Commanders of M23. Comrades, you have a cause, but put your cause on table. If you fear to give it to anybody, call some of us who have been there before. Tell the mediators you want to listen to Dr. Matsanga. Tell us how he made it. And Konyi is no more disturbing people of Northern Uganda. I will come and tell you the story. You think meeting him was very easy? Going before a rebel with 30,000 men. They are everywhere in the forest like trees. It's not easy. But I reached there. I came. I saw. I conquered. Like Julius Caesar. Safi, you have heard me. Thank you. Let me now bring in this lady from my good sister from Congo. Nyasanga Sylvia. Take the microphone, my sister.
Hi, doctor, and everyone. So, mine, I don't remember people's names, so I'm sorry. Would be because, and I didn't follow the conversation from the beginning. I really joined when the last two speakers were speaking. I think there is no bad way of looking for peace. I saw many people are turning to the international community to bring peace in Congo, and I don't think it's bad, it's good. But I think there is no better way than getting local solutions, local people being involved. In this case, I'm more happy when African countries are being involved in solving the neighbors' issues. I think, Doctor, from the beginning of many of those peace talks, I said that I was more or less sure that they are not going to bring the needed fruit or result, because when people want peace, they have to forego also something, and one of it is really trying to put outside their ego, and basically understanding that if I need peace, there are things I can lose, but in real sense, I'm not losing them, because peace does not have a cost for me. Because when you are saving citizens from hunger, when you are saving your citizen from violence, you can give anything for that. That is my understanding of peace. And basic to it is honesty. And that ego I'm speaking about is really characterized and seen in men. Men, you people, you want to be seen as the people who are able to fight, to conquer. You think it to be weak to forego something. And in this case, as we are African, and one thing which has been really pushing me to be part of some of your platforms is just because we want to come up with an African ideal on dealing with issues, but really focusing on the benefits of Africans. So for the Congo case, one thing which makes me sad is that the generation which is capable of being in this space, which is, I'm considering it like a young generation which is educated, and even if they didn't get some piece of advice or education from their parents' houses, they have some of the privileges to read. Maybe we don't have access to those old libraries or whatever, but we can still have everything online to try to understand a little bit our context. It makes me sad when a young intern from Harvard, Oxford, those big name schools come spend like a week in Africa, and they make themselves expert on Africa just because when they came in few days, they focused in understanding some of the issues. But as some of us are part of it, we were born in it, we grew up in it. Even if I may not be victim, but my uncle, my aunt, my neighbor, my father's neighbor and friend may be victim, and no one want to understand the reality. We all become at the end of the day propagandists. It means because I'm allying to this political party, whatever nonsense they can do, I'm going to swallow it because I'm allying. Because we come here, we hear big names. The biggest country, which is Congo, which is true, the richest country. But at the end of the day, those things will not make sense if the common citizen, a rural woman who has her 5 children, is not finding food on the table. See always the images which are coming whenever there is fight between the coalition, because here you should understand that it's not the government of Congo fighting. By the way, we'll reach at the point of asking which help Congo is looking for FRDC when it's aligning with some of the biggest criminal group which are known in the world. I'm not the one who named them criminal. When we see the images coming and we still try to find scapegoats in different places, at the end of the day, when we leave those spaces, do we go offline and think and say, yes, I was saying about this, but am I really thinking that what I was saying is going to positively impact a certain community? No. Understanding that Congo is big and majority of us Congolese don't even understand the issues in that country. Equally, the president of that country does not understand what is on his table, what he has to solve. You cannot just come. Even people come from prison and go to power. You cannot just come from streets, from Belgium and wherever, and you come in the biggest country, as we are saying, like Congo, and you try to use luck and chance and media and think you are going to arrive to the point, doctor. We need here to be serious, because at the end of the day, doctor, you need also to evaluate. Since you started the spaces, and we have been talking about those issues, everyone coming, repeating, people from different places. One thing I liked, many people learn through the process, because at the end of some of those spaces, I also have other people who said, oh, I heard you talking about this in the space. Can you tell me more about it? I'm always willing to educate everyone, as I'm also being educated every day. So to conclude what I'm saying, I'm very disappointed that after many months, we are on some of those spaces. I'm still hearing the same thing, which will not help us reach anywhere. And I think we have seen clearly that the West will not solve this problem. Cutting aid to Rwanda will not solve this problem. Because all of you have come, have been bringing point that the West and the global corporations are benefiting from the war, from the insecurity. But really, is the West telling a neighbor to kill a neighbor? Is the West really telling you? This morning I woke up on a news. I shared it with you, Dr. David, where those people who call themselves the real Congolese, they were torturing another called real Congolese because I think he tried to voice out on things which were happening. So no one here is bringing up the real issues, and not talking about the real issues will not bring the real solutions to the problem. If I said at the beginning, Doctor, if in our space we keep bringing President Kagame, we keep bringing Rwanda, are we realistically, intellectually unpacking the real issues? I told you that I remember seeing injustices. I remember people being killed before even me knowing who was Kagame. So really, intellectual people spending every day our time supporting that the president called on the UK to stop aid on Rwanda, it's really losing the point. For me, President Tshisekedi, I'm not denying his power and he's willing to try to solve the issues his country is facing, but he's addressing it in the wrong way, and he's like in a boat with people who don't know where they should go. And if you see the nomination exactly today, though you are talking about one of your friends who was nominated, for me, it does not give me hope that something's gonna be solved. If you hear the privilege, us Congolese on social media, where we are seated in our comfort zone, we are just supporting people without understanding the problem. M23 is not something we are proud of. However, speaking about M23, not understanding why M23 is there, because today M23 can vanish. I told you, Doctor. Before M23 coming, there was other rebel movement claiming the same issue. Today, M23 can be completely dismantled and phased out, but I may accept the injustices my generation and my elder generation are going through. I mean, the Rwandophone Tutsi, but I don't think my children and someone else's children in the next how many years will accept that. So they will also start voicing out, because we do. It's so unfortunate as African, understanding that they are African who are being denied their right of existence, of nationality, and we keep looking for solutions anyway. We have the UK chasing immigrants. Majority of them we are seeing they're Africans, there are some from Asia, but they are saying you are coming here illegally. And you want to tell me now an African, a black person in Africa will be also an illegal person in Africa, and we continue claiming that? Where is that Pan-Africanism we are bringing in these spaces? If we can't say that at the end of the day, we are Africans, and that UK we are calling, those Western people, I'm not racist, but those white people we are calling to come to solve our issues, they are part of the real problem. They abused generations of our elders. They took everything literally. When someone is abusing you, the issue is not about the material asset they are taking, is even your inner you. And we are still thinking they are better than your Africans? What is this politics? This is bullshit. I'm sorry to say these words. With all due respect, I owe it to you and to everyone on this. But it's really not.
Hey, Claire. Sanga, Sylvia. You
Yes.
Don't spoil. You are very good person. You're Christian.
Yes, I said sorry.
There is too much American in you. But thank you very much.
I'm saying sorry. I'm saying sorry. No one deserves to hear that.
On my platform.
Yes, I'm sorry. It's just because I'm a little bit I have really anger.
I know it is
to
very
see
painful.
that since people, the few people I had talking, they're not really bringing the real issues. I think, I don't know the guy who spoke a few minutes ago. I don't see Congo having peace if my family does not have peace, if my neighbor does not have peace. And this will be a generation conflict for years and years if we don't say, let's stop here. Let's sit and solve this problem. Because there is a genocide happening, and people here can try to avoid it, but the fact is that is happening. If you see, by definition, even I'm not the one who wrote it, and I think we have tried to unpack this, Doctor. I don't want to bring the theory again in this space. Understanding the geopolitics, the problematic of Rwandophony in that region. So really, President Tshisekedi sitting and traveling every week to go to request countries to sanction Rwanda is not solving the problem, because those countries who are supposed to sanction Rwanda, at the end of the day, they will sit on the table and say, let's understand this problem. What is the problem? You are killing people. You are allying as a national army. You are allying with rebels. And as a minister, you are calling the rebels to be integrated. Not even silently or in people's back, officially, Doctor, calling genocide there and saying now they are being integrated to fight with us, and you say you want peace? This is playing with people. And I wonder why we are not seeing it as Congolese. Not accepting that Tutsis are being persecuted for who they are is missing the point. I'm not a politician. I'm not someone who's predicting things or something like that, but I'm telling you the truth. Until African youth, us, can sit and understand that we have inherited so many problems, our parents didn't manage to solve them, our grandparents were, it was one.
Sanga, we seem to have lost you a bit, but I will bring you back to finish your point later on. Miriam, can you now, are you hearing me, Miriam? Is there anybody on the platform hearing me?
Honorable, can you please allow me, because I want to go to a meeting, if you may allow me to say something.
Okay. You go ahead now, Mr.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Congo.
Thank you so much.
Congo.
Thank you.
What, you have 1.5 minutes.
Yes. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to speak. And I understand very well my sister Sanga, which I wish Happy New Year. I think we are trying to avoid, and sometimes all the parties, when you hear Mr. Gaju, all the people are trying to talk, and us Congolese, there is like people are saying here, there is an ego. Man ego now is working, and they're trying now to show each other what's going to happen because you don't want something like that. Even the way I see my government, the way they've appointed people in the new government, you can see that this war is not going to be stopped because people are determined to fight until to the end. This is the message. So who's going for what? For going where? We are young. We are new generation. For me, as African, we need to start seeing the interest and the future of everyone, rich, poor, people who their father have been politician and all of that who want to keep their name alive, whatever. Congolese problem, before we start, you know, look, European community, international, whatever, they are very far. It's 6 hours from Europe, 14 hours from America. Let's stop first pointing those people's fingers. The problem is us. First of all, Congolese. The second one is the regional people. And the third one is Africa. All of you knows that this Congo can save Africa. How do we protect it? All of you, from north to south to east and west. How do you solve the problem? The third problem is the regional problem. For me, let me tell you today, the solution, if I was a president of the DRC, I could make sure the eastern part become a free trade center. Why? Because anybody can be benefiting. I could divide DRC to become a free trade center from the eastern part, from SADC part, to make sure that everybody want to benefit from Congo, the population themselves, plus the people from abroad. Than talking about people are coming from 14 kilometers, 14,000, 16,000, that is about the economy. But the problem of Congo, please, I beg you, people must stop running away from the real problem. We are not united. We are not united. People have to be united. People must talk the same language. We must sit, all of us, to create this national dialogue, to talk. When people have agreed to sign something, fix it. We have a principle in the business where we do. We say, when you do business, make sure everyone who deserves $1, he gets his dollar. But if you leave a gap of someone who wanted his dollar, you didn't give the dollar, you will be in trouble. Congolese problem is an internal problem. People must sit. They must stop all these things of election, whatever. Let's talk first. Because it's been 30 years. People are dying. People have been misplaced, whatever. Let's sit and talk forever and finish this problem. Number one. Number two, it's a regional problem. How do we deal with our neighbors? Real talk. Once we finish with ourselves, real peace, keep peace agreement with our regional people. And number three is to define ourselves with all the African countries. Congo is very important for Africa, guys. It's very important, but you can't stop. Even, I'm sorry to use this, even when you're wearing clothes, you're starting with, I'm sorry for all the women, you're starting with an underwear, you put a pant, and then you put a t-shirt, and then you put a shirt, and then you put a jacket. There is no way you can do things in a way around. Start wearing the underwear first, and start putting your pant, start putting your shirt, start putting your jacket. But the way we're going now, I'm telling you guys, I'm sorry, I'm not going to take too long. All of us, Congolese, regional people, Africa, we are hypocrites. We must stop it. Let's look at Congolese solution. It concerns all of you. We can say whatever we want. It concerns all of us, all of us. The instability of the Congo, it's creating a problem. Please, I beg you, let's create more space talking about peace, talking about to push Congolese to stay in a national dialogue. Even in the village, people were sitting in the village and coming in the space like this, showing like me, Congolese. I don't like these people, I will show you. And this one also, they say, we M23, we are like this, we are like this, we go, there will not gonna be peace without us, and all of that, we're not gonna resolve a problem. I'm going to end this. Thank you so much for giving me the word. Let's talk, let's fix. People are dying, people are displaced, people. Yeah.
Before you go, I want to thank you for raising one point. Unity.
Thank you.
Unity. We lack unity.
Thank you.
Everybody in Africa will understand you.
Thank you very much, Doctor. I have to leave. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Miriam, take over.
Can I finish my statement?
Yeah, let Miriam come in first. Miriam, can you take over now? In Nairobi? Okay. Sanga. Oh, Miriam. You were not there, my dear. Hey, then where have you gone?
I will be leaving also in like 3 minutes.
Okay, just make your statement. Miriam, you have disappeared.
I
Okay,
think
thank you.
I like very much Guardian's contribution that nothing will help us to conquer or to win or to end this if people are not united. However, are you listening to me?
We are.
Yes.
Go ahead, go ahead.
However, I have seen in the past years effort from Congolese people, but also a big absence of the government. As you know very much, the government has to enforce the rule of law. It means the government has to be present. Many of the government which takes over, or the leadership which takes over, you will see they are focusing more on themselves, their friends. They are focusing on the wealth on their pocket and not focusing on the real problem. So, as Guardian said, if he was a president, I would say if I was to advise a president, because me, I can't be a president, it's not none of my plan. Entering in politics, it will be really to reform institutions, to make sure that human rights is respected. And if that gets respected, it means every Congolese first will feel is the first priority. He will feel is protected, will feel he can contribute. Next will be to make sure that all those criminals face justice in one way or another. It means justice should be centered in everything any Congo leadership or government should take next. That means anyone who is accused by to commit crimes. I don't want to list them because there are many. You cannot list crimes which are happening in Congo and finish. But as people feeling secured is the least Congo can do, because for the last 3 decades, if I can say that, the eastern part of Congo has really suffered, and partly my community have suffered because of the FDLR which have been there, which clearly from maybe today this thing is the news in very much, but my community has never had peace before the genocide in 94, the genocide of Tutsi in Rwanda, but after that they have been really in much insecurity. And also I like the second point Guardian said, after Congo has built itself, the institution, after they have brought people to justice, after they have respected human rights, they are going to come at the regional level, understanding neighbors' issues. If Rwanda says, you are hosting criminals which are coming to attack me, let's sit together and see how to solve that. If Angola or another countries has an issue, because you cannot live in an island yourself, you need to make sure that you are protecting your people, you are focusing on your people, but also you are understanding the neighbors. After the region, it will be the whole Africa. And my dear Tonto, as I call you, when the West will see us as African united, as Gardner said, when they will see that we know what we want, because we know what we want, but we are surrounding. Why? Because we are still thinking that they are the people who will bring us peace. They are the people who will bring us food on the table. So they are still. Can you imagine just continuing relying on your abuser? Because the West has never repaired what they did to us when they were colonizing us. And still, we are still relying on them to punish. It's like 2 children, one telling mama, you know, they took my sweet, they took my cake. So when are we going to graduate as as Africans, as Congolese ourselves? Because it's so shameful if I see my president, instead of working internally to fix things, is always in the media calling the West to punish the neighbor. Is the neighbor the problem? Suppose that Rwanda was detached, wasn't there, are we gonna fix the issues in Congo? I don't think so. Thank you very much for always taking your time to try to make sure that us, the young people, are expressing ourselves on those issues and trying to find
Thank you,
solution. I
ma'am.
have hope that this will work one day. I don't want to leave my kids in a place where no one is accepting them, no one is valuing them the way they are, because I'm not going to change them. If they are tall, if they are not, their nose is tall, I'm not going to cut it. So
Okay,
unity is really
okay.
fundamental.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Sanga. What is the name that you have given me? You give me a name called?
In my Congolese culture, you don't name all the people by their names. So it's rude for me to continue calling you David. David. Yeah.
Yes.
So tonton means uncle in French.
Tonto.
Yes.
Okay. My new name here is Tonto. Okay, uncle in French. I didn't know that. At least I know Italian. I know Italian
But
and
it doesn't
Roman.
mean when elder people do wrong that we cannot call them out, like saying, tonton, this wasn't good. But there is a minimum of a respect which we owe older people. I don't think this is unique to Congo. It's an African concept.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, my dear sister. Thank you very much. Miriam Ogutu, you take over from here. Let's listen to the view from a Biafran, somebody in Nigeria, from a political country called Nigeria, but a state called Biafra. A state of its own called Biafra. Noble, my brother Noble, make it quick. And then we come back to, there are people here who have not spoken. Savono, Savons, Likongo. These names are complicated.
Savon le Congo.
Kalisao. Then we have MK. He has not spoken. Then we have Onyebuchi Joseph, my friend from Biafra. Let's go medium moderate on that level. The peace we have had. I've even talked directly to some of the commanders that are there. I've told them, just come on the table. Time is running out. Miriam, let's emphasize the point of peace. Peace. Is there goodwill? Sanga says you can't go on accusing your neighbor, but when you are not also yourself organized. And the people in Congo, is the president organized? He bought sophisticated planes last week.
Doctor, please, can I have just 1 minute?
Who is this? Who wants 1 minute? Is it JM who wants 1 minute?
Yes, doctor.
You have spoken already.
Sorry,
and
please, just 1 minute.
Noble, can you pick the microphone? Then I will consider yourself. We are about to close down this. We have 25 minutes to close down.
Noble, daughter. I've not spoken yet.
Daughter, good morning. I greet everybody in this space. I'm very glad I have listened to a lot of people. I've listened to a lot of discussions. I don't know if what I'm going to say will be a repetition, but I just want to ship one or two things. Doctor, I believe you have received the documents I sent to you on your messenger. You have seen it. Having said that, there is a problem I discovered that we are trying to elude in this discussion. And that problem is every Francophone country in Africa should understand that there is a document that is signed by the leaders who fight for independence of French colonized countries in Africa with French government, which makes it impossible for you to grow economically and make it impossible for you to get anything. When I look at it with the problem in Congo, I begin to set my mind back during the time of Kabila, Laurent Kabila and Joe Kabila, I think the son. How did the father got overthrown? Who engineered the overthrow of the father? And the son come into power. Then we will be able to trace the problem where it started. And after the years he spent in power, what has he achieved? What has been it? I think the Congo keep depleting and depleting and depleting that every citizen of Congo is, almost many of them were out of the country because of the consistent war and the tribal war. So what I'm trying to say is that, like the first speaker that have mentioned, the issue of Congolese themselves, seeing themselves as a partaker in the rebuilding of Congo. Then you look at the regional side, the people around who are sponsoring most of these rebels, and the people who are the big gunners. Then the minerals they are extracting in Congo is the bone contention. Who actually is buying those minerals? Doctor, you could remember when I was talking some time ago, and I said, why can't all those minerals be refined in Africa? So that if we extract coal, if we extract bauxite, if we extract oil or gold or diamond, we have a refinery in Africa. So if all these things can happen, I believe that most of the crises we're having in Africa will reduce, so that there will be employment. People are fighting because of the peanuts. And the worst thing that happens to African leaders is that when they get into power, these masters, we just influence them with a bulk sum of dollars or pounds, and they change their mind and begin to kill their brothers. So I did not see much problem in Congo, because Congo is the richest country in the world, including Nigeria, Ethiopia, name them. Africa got minerals that is enough to sustain them. But because we cannot refine them in our own ground, we keep having problem, because they use divide and rule to destroy us, so that they take the minerals without paying much for it. So if this peace process will be able to stand, I pray that the people will begin to look at what's happened in Mali. They have to first of all break their ties with the former colonial masters. When they break their tie, then you can sit down on a round table, all the different ethnic groups.
Thank you very
maybe
much.
To discuss on that. Oh, thank you.
We picked your point. That's a very great point. It is Francophone countries, all of them have that problem. And we recognize that. And we have been fighting that type of problem in the Francophone countries. I can see a lot of interest in people wanting to speak now, but you delayed, and we are at the tail end of ending this show. We are now about to go back to our previous speakers to summarize what they have spoken. Noble, if you can mute your phone, please. Thank you. Mute your phone. Mr. Savunos.
Thank you.
And then MK. Savunos, MK, Kalaso, Lukwago, GM, and Cecil.
Okay.
Mr. Cecil from Zimbabwe. I want that combination. Then lastly, Mr. Obokunju Joseph, Obunchi Joseph. I want a perspective of Africa. That's why I'm choosing the countries as across Africa. The Congolese themselves, I've given them almost 2 hours here, and they have heard the message. Now I want to hear from, in that order, Miriam, from Savunos, MK, Kalaos, Lukwago, GM, Sicily, yes, Cecil's Rhodes. I don't like this name from Zimbabwe, but it's all right. Go ahead, sir.
Okay.
Cecil.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead, Sylvanus. We can hear you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much for the floor. And I wish I can talk as much as the way Sister Sanga spoke here. But never mind, I can still summarize my speech. I'm from Congo as well, but I'm I'm a Pan-African. I believe in Africa to be united, and I'm glad to have the opportunity to travel in more than 12 countries in Africa, and I have learned a lot. But today I'm gonna say things that might not gonna please some other people that I'm seeing here, but that's true to me. But it's good for me to say that, yeah, we're talking about the peace process in Congo and how we can have peace and so on and so forth. And there are people who do not want us to mention other countries like Rwanda or Uganda because they feel like that's not their problem. But we are free to mention that because we are thinking about the roots of the problem. How do we come about having this kind of problem? First of all, is because there have been a genocide in Rwanda, and Hutu, they came in Congo with all their arms and everything. They were allowed because of the Western. They wanted them to be in Congo, and we are facing the consequences. Why are we having this war? Is because there was a time in 1997, we have a coup d'etat, then Western, they use Rwanda, they use people like Muse Laurent Desire Kabila, our third president. They use him, and I don't know what they agreed on. All the Tutsi, Hutu, some of them, some of them, they supported the guy. The guy came and do coup d'etat because they didn't want Mobutu anymore. And there was a time for them to go back. Some that didn't want to go back. We had people like James Kabarebe, who was someone from Rwanda, and he was a military in Rwanda. He came in Congo. He was also an high officer in Congo. Later on, he went back to Rwanda. So we have all those things in Congo. So we have the right to mention Rwanda. And also because there was also a time whereby Rwanda and Uganda, they left their own country. They came in Kisangani. They fought in Congo because they feel like their people are like special. Congolese are like flies. They have the right to die. They are people that should not die. They came to fight in Congo. Why do we mention those countries? Because we have M23. Before they came in Congo, I'm not talking about the 2013, but I'm talking about the recent attack that we're having now. There were, I don't know if it's Rwanda or Uganda, but they entered in the border of Bunagana, which is between Uganda and Congo. So imagine, so that means Uganda government, they kept those people there. They kept the M23 with all their guns, everything. Then they allowed them to enter in our country to attack us. So another question is which president can be happy with people who entered in his country and they are not just defensive? Because if they were actually protecting the Tutsis, they should have been defensive, but they are offensive. They are attacking, they are taking lines. So whose president is going to accept that? I've been in Nigeria. I was there in 2016 when people protested for Biafra. I was even calling myself a Biafra member. I was adopted in Nigeria culture, everything in Igbo land. I was there. But we can see what Buhari have been doing to them. Now Nandu Kanu is arrested because of what? Because Biafra people, they want their own land. They want Nigeria to be divided. No president is going to allow that. So you should not expect president like Tshisekedi to allow M23 to be in Congo in peace without attacking them. He can use any means to get rid of them because they are disturbing him. That's a fact. That's another fact that we should not forget. Another thing also is like we should also know that's for Tutsis that they are complaining, which is right because they have been killed. They should not think that they should stop thinking like M23, they are there to protect them. I don't think so because those people, they were with our current president. They live in Kinshasa for 18 months. They were fed, lodged, everything with our government. They have their own agreement for their own self-interest. Just because they didn't agree, we don't know what they asked for. They asked the president, and the president did not give them that make them to rebel against us, to against the country, the whole world. So we should think of that. And for this war, there are people who are benefiting from this war. There are people who are benefiting. M23, they are really benefiting. They have the border, that place of Bunagana. They are taking taxes. They are taking everything. They have the land. with natural resources. They are digging, they have everything, they are enjoying. So if you don't want them there, where are you going to put those people there with their guns, everything? Do you think someone who had a gun before, who know how to fight, who know all those things, you should just take everything for him? What are the government going to give them so that they can keep quiet? Do you want to take them again in our parliament or to make the soldier legitimate? All those things, can that work? That's a question mark. We don't know if that can work. And that's also one of the reasons why the Congo government doesn't want to have a dialogue with them, because they know very well what those people have been asking for a long time. Some of them are not even clear, because I've spoken with some people who are Tutsi, not all, I'm not generalizing. I spoke with some Tutsis who were saying that M23, they are there, they want to do the same thing that happened in 1997. That means they are planning to go and do coup d'etat, to take the power by force, to get a president or something. That's what coup d'etat, like, to kill the president and get the power. That's what they are planning to. Some of them, they are saying no, they want to get a part of that Kivu. They want to balkanize, they want to divide the country. Some of them, so their purpose is fishy, is not clear. Some of them are saying no, they are protecting the Tutsis. If you are protecting the Tutsi, why are you continuing to move from village to village, from city to from territory to territory? What are you looking for? It is clear that they are looking for land. It is clear that they are looking for power.
Co-host.
But you can't allow people to keep quiet, to just watch you guys killing people. It is not like
time.
Yeah, let me. I just want to finish this. When we are talking about that, the genocide is about to happen in Congo. It's not just the genocide of Tutsis. Tutsis are not the only people that are being killed or that are continuing to die in that country. All the tribes, they are dying there. They are Wundu, all those Nande, they are all dying. So we should stop saying or pleading for the only one tribe. I know some people are killing them because of they are supporting M23. That's also one of the reasons. You guys, we told you, as long as you are supporting M23 and the M23, they are killing other people there. So it's like automatically you are going to fight with all those other tribes, because most of the tribes, they are not happy with M23. It's only the Tutsis that are happy with M23, because M23, they are using the Tutsis for the sake saying that they are fighting for them, or they are not fighting for them, they are fighting for their own interest. That is the problem. So I'm going to stop there because there are other people that want to talk. So thank you very much for allowing me to speak.
Thank you very much. Miriam, I've come back. Thank you very much. Bwana Zavinos, the Congo, thank you very much for making such submission. We are searching for peace. We are searching for peace and a goodwill. But when a leader goes to buy the most sophisticated planes, the ones I saw that Kabila has, Tshisekedi has actually ordered, this will be like you are going to Second World War. Oh no, Third World War.
The guy is incompetent.
These planes are going to hit who? Whom are they going to hit? Are they going to hit another nation? So I don't understand. When we are why is it that Africa does not invest in peace? Why do we always invest in chaos? The rest of Africa, entire Africa, is now investing in war, tear gas, batons, guns, jet fighters. We are not investing in peace. There is no school, no president in Africa who has opened a school for peace. But we are opening schools for military institutions, military training. Hala, Wakibar. Thank you very much. I can recognize Wandera. Thank you. Kennedy Wandera. Thank you. I can recognize my sister Anita, I can recognize Bielo. I can recognize so many people here who have come. I can recognize all of you from near and afar. I can recognize Safe. I recognize all the commanders. Someone also, another one has arrived here. Thank you very much, Commander, for coming. I hope my message has arrived because I sent you a message. Thanks. You tried to work on it, but then you went back. I don't know what's the problem. You better tell me. I am a senior rebel here who has been in the trenches fighting. I recognize all of you who have come here, and I recognize everybody who has come to contribute. Lukwago, I recognize you, Carlos, and Kalao, Kalasio. Make your statement, please.
Yeah, hi.
Been...
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Host, doctor, and co-host. Yeah, Ogatu. Yeah, I'm not from DRC, but I am an African, and I'm not gonna take up time. I'm just gonna say a couple of words, and I enjoy the space that you have. And what I was gonna say is this message that we're delivering here, and how long will it take to the average DRC population to get to that message? I was looking at the DRC internet access. There are over 100 million people on the DRC, and 17 million have access of internet. And out of that 17, even if you want to download anything, it is 30 megabits, which is very tough. So peace doesn't come easy, and since you are ex-rebel and still basically trying to get to the peace and talk about peace right now, what became rebel is internet age and digital era rebels. There are a lot of digital era rebels. So when you look at the real factor of the problem of whole Africa is who is benefiting, and DRC is the heart of the whole Africa, the heart of the whole world. Without DRC, nothing can work on this planet right now. The cell phones that we're using cannot be working without DRC, and we all know that. So hopefully peace comes to DRC and all across Africa. But what we need is the information to get to the people that needs. We are all, majority of us, we live outside of the continent, I assume. I could be wrong. But if we want to get to the deep average Africans to get the information, half of them are unaware of what's going on the planet right now. So that's all I was going to put in my say on this topic here. So how can we get there? How can anyone? And when I look at it, there are more mining companies than people in DRC. So of course I'm exaggerating. So I'm always think of like follow the money. That's what I'm going to. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, my brother from Africa. You don't need to mention where you are an African at the end of the day. Kalaso.
I'm actually
your country.
I live in Canada, but I came from Somalia. I'm Somalian.
Yes, I was going to tell you. The Ethiopia now got Tigray got a friend of mine, a younger man I used to train in conferences as the president, the man who has been very negotiating peace. You see, he followed my advice, and the peace has returned to Ethiopia. All the time from Pretoria, he used to call me from Johannesburg. He said, "What do we do, Dr. Matang? These are the type of people we want in Africa." That's why I've passed this message to the rebels of M23. I am an elder, and I have been there in the trenches before you. I started going into the trenches in 1978 to remove Idi Amin. So listen to me. Time has come when you have to sacrifice and come on table. Forget this. The nation will build itself, will come. But you come on table, win some concessions, lose some concessions. Let's hammer peace. You will see how enjoyable the peace will be. Look at my people in northern Uganda today. 14, 16 years passed. I am happy, man. Very happy. Because no gun, not a single gun has been shot by any of the people. The 62,000 people returned home. No. I am happy. I walk without looking behind. Because most of the people have gone to school. Reconciliation has taken place. Some are working in the army. They are in Somalia guarding Somalia, Somalia. I'm proud. When some of them call me, "Hello, Dr. Matsanga, you are still there talking." Yes, I brought you back. I signed an agreement that brought you back home. Rebels, pick my leaf. If you have problems, call me. I've told you, call me. I'll help. I'll fly in there. After all, at my age, what else is left? I produce children, I'm able. Lukwago, I'm coming to you. I'm a very democratic man. And I allow democracy to prevail. Let me tell you, we need peace in Africa. Congo needs peace. And that peace can come when we talk directly and frankly with each other. No segregation. We want to come to the end of this topic. We shall close it with the Congolese himself. But right now, let me listen to this man who speaks like Makerere University. How are you, Lukwago?
I'm doing well, Doctor. Actually, when I had just submitted, you posed the question about M23, which I did not grasp due to technical glitches. But you also posed the question about MONUSCO. Okay? Doctor, MONUSCO is also another protagonist of the international community. Only after looting DRC minerals. Okay? They have been there to the extent that they have even denied the DRC a standing army. Okay? All they do is to connive with those dishonest, corrupt generals who made the Congolese to believe that MONUSCO is the only one that can protect them. Okay? So, no one can rely on MONUSCO for Congolese peace to prevail. All we need to do, I've had my brother Safi citing the issue of some Congolese, they have been denied citizenship. Okay? But my appeal to you people from Uvira and Masisi to desist, okay, from being used into subversive activities. Okay? that are geared at looting Congolese minerals, that are geared at underestimating the Congolese government. Take a leaf from your brothers within Kenya, the Somalis. Okay? How comes that the Kenyans are not fighting them? Simply because they are involving themselves in no subversive activities. Okay? Why are you allowed to be used by these regional states, per se Uganda, Rwanda, and Burundi? If you desist from such subversive activities, the peace process will come on. But for as long as those in M23, we are talking about peace. Okay? There was a time when you had agreed to be integrated within the Congolese army. What happened? I just add that when you were told that you were not going to be deployed within your birthplaces, some M23 elements deserted the army and you went back to regroup. Why don't you allow that? So you give us a chance not to consider you as soldiers of fortune at the services of some regional states, per se Uganda, Rwanda, and the international community by allowing it to be integrated into the Congolese army. That's when peace will prevail. There is someone called Mr. Gaden. I'm sorry for the mispronunciation of your name. But you said for peace to prevail within DRC, regional states must take over. Right now, Kenya is the leading. Kenya has its troops in DRC. But I added the Kenyan president appealing to European Union to fund its stay in DRC. You expect someone who's begging from the foreigners to bring peace to DRC. Mr. Garden, why is it that African states are not funding the East African troops that were deployed in DRC? Can you give me an assessment of the peace they have tried to create within DRC ever since they were deployed there? We are seeing no results. That's when the Angolan army had to come in. Okay? So, as I conclude, Doctor, my humble appeal to people. Yes, Doctor. Yes,
Will
Doctor.
peace return? And is there goodwill at all? Answer me straight. Is there goodwill surely for this DRC Congo?
As of now, I see no goodwill from the regional states. I see no. Because, Doctor, what annoys me, that they have proved to be puppets of these global powers. Goodwill will only be seen after this global power that have leverage over Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi. I've talked to them. Why is it that we happened to see some prevailing peace when they went to the US African Summit? You saw how US was grilling them. Some leaders. Okay? Now, Doctor, for peace to prevail in DRC, UK and US must talk to Uganda and Rwanda. Because Uganda and Rwanda are getting orders from such a countries. You see, France, today Macron is at the helm of it. He's all over Africa. He's giving Uganda money to deploy its soldiers to DRC in the disguise of fighting ADF. But all is not well, is not going on well, simply because those global powers are floating their selfish interests in DRC using African countries. Who would resist such a minerals in DRC if well catered for, if well planned for? They can make Africa better than those Western countries. Somebody said that the phones we are using, minerals they use to make such phones we are using are from DRC. Why can't we capitalize on such? Simply because we have a leadership crisis in Africa. Leaders are puppets of the Western powers, the global powers. So the problem of Congo is within the African leaders, which we must first have to tackle. So, Doctor, my humble appeal to those global powers actually is to come up with an international framework where they can sit down with these regional powers to find the way of peace to prevail in DRC. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Comrade Elias Lukwago. You always amuse me with the type of rich history, that analysis that you always have on your fingertips. One of the things that you have told me today is proxy war. Can I summarize the whole speech of yours? Proxy war. There is a proxy war. Why is MONUSCO 18 years cannot even liberate a toilet? No? MONUSCO cannot liberate one toilet in Congo. 18 years, they have been sitting there. Proxy war. 132 rebel groups on your soil. Hey, oh my God, Congo. What do we do with all these groups armed? Someone was talking of computer. Savenos was talking of, these people have satellite. They are more powerful. They listen to these messages more powerfully than you, who has bundles. You didn't know. All rebels there operate with satellite phones. And they actually, the messages are clear. As we speak right now, they are hearing everybody. They are hearing, because there is no network problem with the satellite phone. It bypasses all national grid, and you will hear clearly. So, don't say 17 million have internet. Rebels have internet. They are the ones we are addressing here. They have satellite phones that are made from France. So, as we come to the end of this show, I believe we have done our best. JM, I'm bringing you in to just make a remark of 1 minute. People are tired. It's Friday. Those in capital cities where there's traffic building up and the rain coming in the afternoon want to run home. We shall resume here on Sunday again and Monday in the evening at 9:15 with perhaps another new topic of Africa. My role is just Africa. My sleep is Africa. My body, my food is Africa. I can't wait. I can't sleep nicely. Enjoy my sleep when other Africans are not enjoying. So don't ask why. I am not a paid man. I use my resources to run these institutions, my television and my radio, for the sake of Africa. But I want to remind you that wherever you are, I'm contesting for the post of African Union chairperson in 2024. Lukwago, I will need your match analysis. Every platform you go to, we want to capture Africa Union. We want to return it to people who can speak for it, who can stand and say no to France, who can defend Africa like Matanga. I'll do it. I'll not let you down. I'm not coming back to your local politics, Lukwago, because people there are worried. I'm not coming back. I'm heading to Addis Ababa. I want my votes in Africa to be counted. I have the papers from recognized United Kingdom universities of Her Majesty when I went to school. Now, His Majesty the King. I have them more than Dr. Muhammad Faki. He can't speak even the best English. He speaks more French than English. We want to count the votes. I and my Algerian friend, former minister of Algeria, we shall present our candidature. We shall want our votes to be counted. African heads of state will vote. I will not miss some votes. I'm sure of some serious votes. Kenya will give me the vote. My country, Uganda itself, which is actually going to lobby me and throw my name. Zimbabwe will give me. Tanzania will give me. Kagame will give me. Tshisekedi, Somalia, my brother, will give me the vote. Djibouti will give me the vote. Chisano, Nyusi, South Africa, I'll get it. Angola, my in-laws, you give me the vote. I want to count my votes. I'm not going to leave it for people. No chance anymore. Chance knocks once, and I've been keeping quiet, postponing this every year. Every 4 years, I've been postponing, people calling me to cool down. No, let me have my votes counted. Yes. I want every African country to have a bank, African Union Bank. Why do you bank into, do you know ABSA? What is ABSA? What is ABSA? What is Barclays? Ask me what is Barclays? What is the name Barclays in your African country? Why don't we have an African Union Bank created by Dr. Matsanga from the African Union so that we can pay the people money from the African Union? People can bank there. We can pay countries. We can loan countries money to do elections. How can a country borrow money to do an election from European Union? How can Lukwago has just told us, Uganda is asking France to pay for the troops, or Kenya to pay for the troops in Congo. We should have an African Union Bank in every African country, 54 branches with the headquarters in Addis Ababa, that our African people go and deposit their money there, and we give them services. That is the new African Union I want to leave a legacy. I want to give the people of Africa that chance to bank their money in their African Union Bank, not African Development Bank that borrows money again from IMF. They borrow money from Europe in order to lend us. You people, did we go to school to study nonsense? We studied the nonsense. We borrow money from Europe to lend it to Africa, and we call ourselves African Development Bank. Surely. That's the African Union we have. And I want to encourage, I have a network in France, very powerful network. This Matanga, you see. We have triggered big demonstrations in France. Macron might go. He won't survive this. That small young man who comes here to argue with our people, with our presidents on restaurants, on podium. A country with a population of 100 million people, you're arguing with the president of a country who was elected. Yours is a smaller percentage, not even more than 100 million people. That because you are in Europe, you stole our diamonds and the gold. Then you make us work like slaves. You even take our footballers to become yours. You give them papers, but they sleep, their mothers and fathers sleep in cardboards, south of France. What a shame. Show me one footballer who is a French, who sleeps in a palatial home in Paris. Show me. And then you find Africans, I'm supporting France. I'm supporting France. My fault. Sorry to use that language today. Support your Africanness. The French have allowed Cameroon to be killed. The people in Cameroon are dying. Amazonians need freedom. The French Total oil went to Mozambique, Cape Delgado. It created a war there. People have died there. The same group, proxy war, Lukwago. And I can see this madam from United States of America, Clara, do you have anything to say more than that? Come pick the microphone and say it now as a lady. They close down this show. Clara from the United States of America and from Mozambique.
Yes, Dr. Masanga, I'm
Good
on.
morning.
Good morning. Thank you for the
Thank you
invitation.
very much.
Thank you
We
for.
are looking for peace in Congo.
Yes, we are.
You know very well Renamo in Mozambique.
Yes.
We were in Italy, in Rome, when the Renamo leader failed to turn up. He took us 12 hours. He turned at the 12th hour and demanded $2.5 million in cash before he signed the agreement. I was there with Chisano. We sat in the room with Chisano, the late Kiplagat of Kenya, several diplomats, Kofi Annan, all of us. We sat in the hall waiting for Renamo leader. He appeared late and said he wants 2.5 million cash in briefcase. This is the Africa. I'm telling you, I was there with my eyes. I saw, and I couldn't believe it. And they paid. The Italian banks looked for that money in cash, and they paid. And the late Renamo leader signed, put a pen on paper. Claire, please.
Yes.
From the United States of America. How do we get peace when there is no goodwill? Where the people who arm the rebels and the rebels themselves cannot tell us who arms them. I hear my statement first. The people who arm the rebels don't tell us they are arming the rebels. But the rebels themselves who are armed come on table, but they don't tell us who arms them. Can we get peace?
No.
Take the floor and close it for us.
Wow. That's a tough position to be put in, Dr. Masanga. That's the question I ask myself. Although I've not been part of the Frelimo party, I was limited to the extent of the Renamo participation and disruption and participation during the civil war that took many lives, innocent lives in Mozambique. It is so sad to see that our leaders, the so-called leaders, who say they want to bring peace or they want to liberate some parts of Mozambique or whatever, think of money before really advocating for the people they claim. It is sad. And I'm not happy and proud about Renamo's position. Some of those remnants are still there. They're not active. Like you said, they've been given the money which they misappropriated. So how can we solve this corruption first? But my main concern right now, Dr. Masanga, is, the Southern Africa Malawi, Zimbabwe, Mozambique are going through a terrible natural disaster through the cyclone Freddy. So, is there a way we can start through grassroots level, have an association where we can support our brothers and sisters who are suffering there right now?
We shall,
Can we do that?
our satellite is warning us.
Oh, okay.
We next on Sunday, we shall discuss ways continent. We shall discuss it fully and see how best we can help in the cyclone. Jeff, is it called Jeffy?
Freddy.
Freddy.
Yes.
Yeah, Freddy. God is again turning, the world is changing. These cyclones were for America. Now, God has created some cyclone around Mauritius, Madagascar, Mozambique, the Beira Triangle, Malawi, the southern part of Malawi, and Zimbabwe. We pray that this cyclone, this is because of warming, the heat, the warming, the cutting of trees, the timber in Malaysia, in Indonesia, in Singapore, all those areas, the warming the sea. The air is not there, no trees to absorb the air. We have a problem. We have cyclones now, very heavy. They were silent cyclones. They could do themselves on the ocean. But now there is nothing holding them back. So the pressure builds up. Nothing to absorb the pressure. They are coming. We are sorry. We sympathize with the people of Mozambique. But unfortunately, people like us on the mountains of Uganda, we are very far, 1,700 feet above sea level. So we might not see the cyclone, but we can see the landslides. While you are seeing the cyclone, my country, my place where I was born, I can see another commander here called George Kaihura. He comes from my district. He's wearing a military police hat. We suffer from landslides. So, ladies and gentlemen, Kara, thank you very much.
Dr. Masanga,
yes.
Dr. Masanga, for now, I just want an immediate help. If any member right now on the, on this space can support by sending maybe $1, £1 to the World Kitchen.
Well, it is up to them. You can put on the chat your address. They can send, but I cannot use my platform to announce that. Twitter Space does not allow me to do that.
Yeah, I know. I don't want any funds coming to me. No.
So you put it on our chat. Those who have their dollar, they will help you.
I will do that.
They will help Africa.
I appreciate that very much. Thank you for the invitation.
You should tell America, which is the biggest polluter, to even pay more.
I will. I've been doing that really the past week.
You seem to be very, very much organized in the American system. So you better tell them. For me, I have never liked the way they behave on Congo and other areas, Ethiopia and so on. I'm always honest. France and America have disappointed me. You cannot pressurize the ICC to issue warrants of arrest to a member of the United Nations Security Council. Rubbish. You're doing rubbish. That's not worth it. You won't get there. You people, before we part, who is going to arrest Putin here? Can you arrest Putin when he comes to your country and you arrest him? You'll be eaten in 5 seconds with a missile that will come all the way from Russia and hit you. So who is going to arrest Putin here? This is a joke of the highest degree. Thank you very much, Miriam Ogutu from Nairobi, Kenya. Thank you very much, all of you across the world, in Kampala, in the States, in Europe, in Australia, all of you in Zimbabwe, my land. Cecil, you did not have a chance to speak, but there's a video doing rounds on Zimbabwe. Voila, what's going on there? We need to look at it maybe on Sunday, Monday. Is there responsible journalism? What is going on in Zimbabwe where a video is showing diamonds, gold? What is going on? I need to know something. So come back to me in my DN. Lukwago, thank you very much. Keep the city warm. From me, Dr. David Matsanga, and my co-host, Miriam Ogutu, Radio Punchline Africa, Punchline Television. We have a pleasure of all the time. I hope you have gained something here, and I'm happy people who listen on behalf of former President Uhuru Kenyatta have listened. May God help you. Let's meet again on Sunday and Monday. Thank you very much. This platform is for Africa, with Africa, by Africa. Ciao.